Healing together. Emma and Ethan had been through more than most couples. Life had tested them, and both had scars from their past. But they found strength in each other, knowing that healing takes time and love. Emma had moments of sadness, and Ethan had moments of doubt. But they never gave up on one another. Every day, they reminded each other that love is not just about the happy moments, but about facing the hard times together. They took walks, shared stories, and comforted each other through their fears. Slowly, they began to heal, individually and together. One evening, as they watched the sunset, Ethan held Emma's hand and whispered, "No matter what comes, I'm here with you." Emma smiled, feeling a warmth in her heart. She knew they would keep healing as long as they stayed side by side. Moral: love is about growing and healing together, supporting one another through the tough times. True love isn't just about happiness, but also about helping each other heal. Part 2. As days turned into weeks, Emma and Ethan continued their journey of healing. There were setbacks, moments when old wounds seemed to reopen. Sometimes, Emma would feel overwhelmed by memories of past heartbreak, and Ethan would feel the weight of his own struggles. But through every challenge, they leaned on each other. One evening, after a long and difficult day, they sat in silence on their porch. The quiet allowed them to reflect. "I'm scared sometimes," Emma admitted. "What if we can't heal completely?" Ethan squeezed her hand gently. Healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about finding peace with it and moving forward. His words brought comfort, and Emma felt a bit lighter. They both knew healing wasn't linear, but being together made the journey a little easier. Their bond deepened as they learned to be patient, both with themselves and each other. Every small step forward was a victory. And even the setbacks taught them how to love more deeply and compassionately. Moral: healing takes time and patience. It's not about forgetting the past, but learning to live with it. True love is about standing by each other through every step of the journey. Part 3. As time passed, Emma and Ethan's relationship blossomed into a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of love, trust, and resilience. They found joy in the little things, cooking dinner together, stargazing on the rooftop, and sharing their dreams for the future. These moments became their anchors, reminding them of the love they had built. One rainy afternoon, while they were snuggled up on the couch with blankets, Emma spoke up, her voice a whisper. "Do you think we'll ever be completely free of our pasts?" She gazed out the window, watching the raindrops race down the glass. Ethan turned to her, searching her eyes for understanding. "Maybe freedom isn't the goal. Maybe it's about learning to carry those experiences with us, to embrace them as part of who we are." He brushed a strand of hair behind her ear, his touch sending a wave of comfort through her. That evening, they decided to confront their fears head-on. They each wrote a letter to their past selves, acknowledging the pain they had endured and expressing gratitude for the strength they had gained. Sitting together on the floor, they shared their letters, tears flowing freely as they read the words of their journeys. "Thank you for being my safe place," Emma said softly, wiping her eyes. "You've shown me that vulnerability can be a strength." Ethan smiled, wrapping his arms around her. "And you've taught me that love can heal the deepest wounds. We're stronger together." Emma. Their commitment to each other grew deeper as they faced their fears. They started to explore new adventures, trying out yoga, going on weekend hikes, and even volunteering at a local shelter. With each new experience, they created new memories, solidifying their bond and allowing them to heal in ways they never thought possible. One night, while they were lying in bed, Ethan turned to Emma. "What if we create a vision board? We can fill it with our hopes and dreams, things we want to accomplish together." His eyes sparkled with excitement. Emma beamed. "I love that idea. It's a beautiful way to look forward instead of being weighed down by the past." They spent the following days gathering images and words that represented their dreams, filling their board with colorful reminders of the life they wanted to build together. As they hung the vision board in their living room, Ethan took Emma's hand and said, "This is just the beginning. We'll face everything together." In that moment, they understood that healing was not just about overcoming their individual struggles. It was about building a life where love, hope, and dreams flourished. Moral: healing is a journey best traveled together. Embracing the past while focusing on the future strengthens love, creating a bond that allows for growth and adventure. True love means facing fears, dreaming together, and supporting each other in every step forward. Part 4. As the months rolled on, Emma and Ethan's love deepened like the roots of a sturdy tree, firmly planted in the soil of trust and understanding. They celebrated each other's successes, big and small, and leaned on one another during tough times. Each day felt like a new opportunity to learn and grow, not just as individuals, but as partners in life. One sunny afternoon, they took a trip to the beach. The salty breeze filled their lungs as they strolled hand in hand along the shoreline, the waves crashing rhythmically at their feet. The ocean stretched infinitely before them, a reminder of the vast possibilities that lay ahead. "I love this place," Emma said, stopping to pick up a seashell. "It's so calming." Ethan nodded, looking out at the horizon. "It's like life, sometimes rough, sometimes smooth, but always moving forward." He paused, then added, "Do you ever think about how far we've come?" Emma smiled, recalling the struggles they had faced. "I do. I never imagined I could feel so at peace with my past. Thank you for always being there." "Always," he promised, squeezing her hand tighter. Later that evening, as they watched the sunset, the sky transformed into a canvas of vibrant oranges and pinks. Ethan turned to Emma. his expression serious yet gentle. "I want to take the next step with you," he said. "I've been thinking a lot about our future and how much I want you in it." Her heart raced at his words, a mix of excitement and nervousness flooding through her. "What do you mean?" she asked, searching his eyes for clarity. "I want us to build a life together, to commit to one another fully. I've been thinking about proposing." His voice was steady, and the sincerity in his gaze made her heart swell. Tears of joy filled Emma's eyes as she processed his words. "Ethan, are you sure? This is a huge step." "I've never been more sure of anything," he replied earnestly. "You've helped me heal in ways I didn't think were possible. I can't imagine my life without you." Overwhelmed with emotion, Emma threw her arms around him. "Yes, yes, I want that too." They embraced tightly, the warmth of their love enveloping them like a soft blanket. As they planned their future together, Emma and Ethan continued their journey of healing. They began attending couples therapy, seeking guidance on how to navigate life as partners. This step deepened their understanding of each other and equipped them with tools to communicate effectively. One evening, while preparing dinner, Ethan looked at Emma, who was chopping vegetables. "You know, sometimes I think about how far we've come and how much we've learned," he said, leaning against the counter. "We're not just healing, we're evolving." Emma glanced up and smiled. "We are. Every challenge has brought us closer, and every joy has been sweeter because we've faced it together." They celebrated small milestones, sharing personal goals, creating new traditions, and even planning their wedding. Each day they spent together felt like a step toward a beautiful future. One night, as they lay in bed, Emma turned to Ethan. "Do you think we'll always face challenges?" "Of course," he replied, brushing a finger along her cheek. "But as long as we remember that healing is part of our journey, we'll face them together." Emma smiled, feeling a profound sense of peace. "I can't wait to see where life takes us." Ethan nodded, his heart full. "Neither can I. Whatever happens, we'll heal together." Moral: true love is a journey of commitment and growth. Healing doesn't mean erasing the past. It means building a shared future, embracing every moment together. Facing challenges as a team strengthens the bond, allowing love to flourish and evolve. Part 5, final part. As the wedding day approached, Emma and Ethan felt a mix of excitement and nerves. They had spent countless hours planning their special day, reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this point. Each detail they chose symbolized not just their love, but the healing they had embraced together. On the day of the wedding, the sun shone brightly as Emma stood in front of the mirror, wearing her elegant gown. Her heart raced as she thought about Ethan waiting for her. She felt a rush of emotions, grateful for the love that had transformed her life. Ethan, dressed in a sharp suit, stood at the altar, surrounded by friends and family. As the music played and Emma began to walk down the aisle, time seemed to slow. Their eyes met, and in that moment, everything else faded away. All that mattered was the love they had built and the promise they were about to make. When they exchanged vows, both spoke from the heart, sharing their commitment to support one another through every trial and triumph. I promise to stand by you in the darkest of times and celebrate with you in the brightest of moments. Emma vowed, her voice steady despite her emotions. Ethan took her hands, his voice strong and sincere. I promise to be your partner, your confidant, and your greatest supporter. Together, we will face whatever life brings. As they sealed their vows with a kiss, cheers erupted from their loved ones. But the world around them felt like it had vanished. In that moment, they knew they had created something extraordinary, an unbreakable bond that would weather any storm. After the ceremony, they danced their first dance as a married couple, swaying to a song that spoke of love and resilience. The room was filled with laughter and joy. But for Emma and Ethan, the world felt like it had narrowed to just the two of them, lost in their own little universe. As the evening unfolded, they shared stories with friends and family, reflecting on the journey that had brought them here. Each person they spoke with had seen their growth, the struggles they had overcome, and the love that had blossomed between them. Later, under the stars, Ethan took Emma's hand and pulled her away from the crowd. "Can you believe we made it?" he asked, a playful grin on his face. Emma laughed, her heart full. "It feels surreal, but I know this is just the beginning of our next chapter." "Absolutely," he said, wrapping his arms around her. "Whatever comes next, I'm ready as long as we're together." As they stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, they realized that their journey of healing was far from over. Life would continue to challenge them, but they were no longer just two individuals trying to mend their pasts. They were a united force, ready to face whatever the future held. Moral: true love is a promise of commitment and support, a journey that celebrates healing and growth. With love, we can face any challenge and build a life filled with hope, joy, and shared dreams. Together, we create a story that continues to unfold, chapter by chapter, hand in hand. I hope you love the story as much as I enjoyed sharing it. Don't forget to subscribe for more great stories. Come back soon, and until then, keep spreading kindness.